Hi everybody, it's Jukebox and you're listening to the Maritime Milsim podcast, brought to you by Rap4 Canada, Tier 1 Scenarios, Jester's Tactical Sports Center, and Unanistan 3D Print and Cut.
Cool. So, welcome everyone to episode 63 of the Maritime Milsim podcast. I'm your host, Hooligan. With me, I've got Jester from Jester's Tactical Sports Center.
Hello, good evening, good day.
Woo! I've got the forever knowledgeable Guardian.
Hey, how's it going?
And we have the, well, I keep forgetting his name because he's not here half the time, but it's Nightmare from YouTube Nightmare PB.
What's up?
Yeah, always enthusiastic, fantastic. But we have a very special guest, very cool guy.
Special guest.
We
Special guest in the house.
We have Stephen Rete. Is that it, Rete?
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
Called it. Look at that. So, for everyone who doesn't know who Stephen is, he's a super chilled guy who just, kind of is the chief operating officer of MaxTac here in Canada.
Canada.
Woo! So, first I want to start though, I want to clarify things for people, because if you look up MaxTac, you'll always come across, you find MaxTac, Maximum Tactical, and then you see MaxTac Taiwan. So, Stephen, real quick, you want to just explain why there's two?
We're all divisions of, basically. So, the big misconception, I think the biggest thing is people always say that I'm the CEO of MaxTac Canada. I'm actually the CEO of MaxTac as a whole. We do divisions, so we got MaxTac Canada as a division of MaxTac, and then we have MaxTac Defense as well. So our main entity has been MaxTac International or MaxTac Taiwan, which James has on his Facebook page. He has it as MaxTac Taiwan, but it's actually MaxTac International. And then all the other ones kind of trickle down from that. Canada is just a division of, we're not a distributor, we are the factory. We're factory direct people, that's it. So it's all basically divisions of MaxTac International.
Gotcha. Very cool. So that explains a lot. Cool. So we have a ton of stuff to get to because we posted up online and people were asking questions and stuff, and that was really awesome. So thanks for everyone who actually submitted a question, because I constantly ask for them and people are just like, I like this. It's like, that's great. Don't care if you like it or not. I need a question.
But there's new emojis now, so now they can say wow.
Yeah, that's just going to make me angrier is what's going to happen. So, yeah.
I pity the first person to leave a wow on it.
Yeah. It's going to be like, I need a question.
So we're just moving our mics around. I'm telling everybody at home we're playing musical mics. That's what we do. That's right. There we go. Almost done.
Are you good? Are you done?
It wasn't me. Mine's attached to my head. It's right beside my face hole. So I think that would, yeah, there he is giggling. That's Guardian.
I didn't laugh.
Nope.
I wasn't even listening.
Noticed, Guardian's actually got no echo this time. There's no echo driving me insane because he's set up a new mic system and it's actually working pretty well. So
I'm very impressed.
Everyone applaud at home. Give him a round of applause. Yay! Guardian's stepping up and moving him with times. Fantastic.
I'm not even playing Xbox. I'm like a professional or something.
Right? There you go.
It's funny because I contemplated playing Xbox, but chose not to. I was like, I can't be Guardian. I can't do it. I'm better than that.
So Steve, what are you doing while we're recording this?
Listening.
I'm editing a video.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm actually uploading a video too, so.
There you go.
Cool. You know what I'm doing? I'm coordinating a podcast because I can't take my attention off of it. Look at that. So let's get forward. Let's keep moving. I've got a series of questions for our special guest for Stephen.
Is he an honored special guest?
Special ed, more likely.
He is. Well, it's funny because every time I think about when I thought about bringing on Stephen, and then he said, "Yeah, come on," and I was like, "Sweet, awesome." He doesn't hold anything against me for not knowing who the hell he was when I walked up to him at PRZ.
Oh, I like that, man.
Can you tech my marker? He's like, "Yeah, probably." Like, sweet.
Do you know
No
who
idea
I
that this
am?
guy knows what he's doing.
I mean, you know what, guys? I love that. I love the fact I don't want to be the guy that just prances around and everybody knows who I am. I'm happy not knowing. If you don't know who I am, that means my guns work. Like I'm not,
Exactly, right?
constantly coming to see me. So I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. At the end of the day, it's my biggest fun is to just park my truck as far away as I can on the field, grab my gun, and just walk on the field, and no one knows me. I don't wear any patches and anything, and just watch everything go. And I'm happy. And at the end of the day, I mean, we're all players, right? That's why we do this. So I'm cool with no one knowing who I am. That's why I have Adam. I like having Adam now because Adam likes doing videos, so I like that. He can do all the videos from now on.
Yeah. Adam,
Yeah, he's pretty outgoing.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
quite a
That's
character.
to say the least. Yeah.
definitely quite a character. I like that video of, Max Tack not dying.
Our comical video, yeah. Our reply video to the big rumors that were going around a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I love that. It was pretty clever. We're going to get to that in a minute, though.
Sure.
We're going to get there. First, I want to know about you. I want to know some stuff. So, let's start with when. When did you get involved with the sport of paintball?
Oh, shit, man. You're going to make me sound like I'm an old fart now. Probably like early 90s-ish, like in that area. I got out with a couple friends, as everybody does, just like a bachelor party type deal. And it was, probably mid-90s now. God damn. And after that, a lot of my friends left, and we played here at Commando Paintball. And they left, and I kind of stuck around and said, you know what, I kind of enjoy doing this. And that was it. I was hooked after that. And I've been in it kind of on and off since then. I was out for a while when everything kind of went pink and, very bright colors and stuff like that. I stepped away. It's not really my thing. And then when I bought a T68 Gen 2 or 3, and I got back into it, and that was it. I was MagFed since then. So, yeah, been in it for 10,
For a while.
12, 15 years now, something like that, yeah.
Right on. Yeah. When you started with paintball, I was, I think, starting grade school.
Oh, enough
But his beard was only an
that
inch.
I feel old now when I go on the field, then let's put it like that. So.
Yeah, well, give it a couple more years and I'll feel old. Actually, after the end of the
Yeah, but
day
you're
of
still not
paintballing, I feel old. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not as old as Reaper, though.
No. There's a reason why he's called Reaper. So, how'd you get involved with MaxTac? How did you end up becoming? Well, I'm sure it's a long story of how you became chief operating officer, but
The Cole's notes of it are, I contacted Rami. So Rami, I don't know if everybody knows, but he was the originator of everything. So everything started off with Scarab Arms. This is going back now about 5 years publicly and about 8 years behind the scenes. Rami was the owner of Scarab Arms. He contacted James, which is the CEO of MaxTac, and said, basically that they wanted to produce a marker. And so together they came out with the MaxTac markers. And then I contacted him about 5 years ago just because I love the look of the marker. And this was going back when they had just shown it out. So the CO2 ones. And I got one as a tester and tested it out, saw a couple flaws in it. We kept going, and then from there I asked them if I could sell, basically rep for Canada. And kind of went crazy after the first PBE I attended. And now I am who I am. It's basically it. The long and short of it is, I mean, obviously I could talk about it for probably an hour, but we need a way more beer than what we have now and a lot more time. So the Coles notes of it are there. I just basically reached out as a tester and just kept climbing from there until I ended up where I am now.
Sweet. It's cool. It's all the way from the bottom to the top.
All the way from the bottom to another bottom. So
A slightly higher bottom.
A slightly higher bottom, yeah.
That's cool.
So to all the kids out there, man, don't don't not contact the shop and say, hey, I want to be a tester, because that's how you get in. It's the only way to get in there.
Right? If they say no, just go on to the next one.
Ground floor.
Yep, just keep going.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. Got to try. If you don't try, it's automatically a no.
That's
right. Let's see here now. I'm going to grab some questions. Somebody's shuffling. Who's shuffling?
I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
It was.
Grab some questions. Some people asked some pretty good questions, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find a good one here. Oh, here we go. It's George Clark. George. Good old George.
Oh, George.
He always commented on stuff. So he wants
George
to
is
know
good.
when we're going to see you guys in the Maritimes.
Oh.
I've wanted to go out to the Maritimes for a while now, and it's just this comes back to what we started talking off air. I guess it's this year we're trying to deviate from the usual big game platform. So there's a better chance of us being there this year than we've ever had, because we're trying to stay away from doing the same repetitive thing. Like, it seems like bigger companies now, and even the small ones like us, like, we always seem to gravitate to the big games that have 1,000 players. And I mean, that's fine. It's great and all, but what we're trying to do for 2016 is we want to go to the games where there's new players, new blood. The guys that are going to big games, I mean, when I go to a big game, when I went to big games and to play, I had my gear. I knew what I had. I was good to go. I knew where I was going. The chances of persuading me to change from whatever marker I had at the time to a new marker at a big game were, fairly low. So what we want to do now is to try to introduce the younger guys, the guys that are coming in that are renting, Tippmann 98s and stuff, and that's where we want to be. We want to go to events that basically are just walk-on events. We're just gonna pop up to a field and be like, "Hey, we're here. You want to show? We'll run some demos so you guys can run some guns," and that's it. It worked really well for us last year at Flag Raiders. They did Paint Fest, their introductory game to the season. And, it was awesome, the feedback we got there. They were all new people. It was great. It was great to see new guys and new people that hadn't played MacFed before, don't even know that paintball guns look like that. That's what we're trying to do. So that's our 2016, outlook. Now, if you could pry Adam away from Toronto, then I'm sure he'd love to go out to your games. I'm gonna be a lot more in the U.S. this year, because the U.S. needs a little bit more of a push. So I'm gonna concentrate on the U.S. side, and Adam, and we're actually looking to hire someone to do a couple other events for us too. So outsource some of our events to some good players out there.
You're going to get a flood of emails from all 6 of our listeners. They're just going to flood in.
I mean, we have a factory team, and we're 6, 7 guys on the factory team. I mean, any of those guys would, in a heartbeat, set up a tent for us, and I would trust to be able to tech the markers. But I want to try to get someone who is willing to do a little bit of traveling. So, if you're going to send me an email and say, I want to do just games in Toronto, that's not going to work. So for the 6 people that are going to send me emails, better know that you have a car and you can travel more than a half hour. So, yeah. So I don't know. That really didn't say that I was going to the Maritimes, but it says that we're looking to do a lot more events, like the new blood kind of events.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Okay, you're not coming to the you may not be coming to the Maritimes, but
I would love to.
MaxTac might be coming to the Maritimes.
But MaxTac might, yeah.
Let's just take the might away and put that there will be MaxTac in the Maritimes for 2016 at some
form
point.
of us of MaxTac is.
I have a from the pre-show conversations. I'm very strongly convinced that there will be some sort of presence.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I drag my TGR2 everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So.
We do have a Meg.
And most of the time it's
it'd be a good opportunity to come up for that.
Yeah.
And there is a 36-hour game coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that game that happened a couple years ago in the Diefenbunker? Wasn't that out your way?
Oh, that
Yeah,
don't.
it was
oh,
awesome.
Was it
No,
awful?
one
It looked
No, it was
so
awesome.
promising.
It was great, but then they lost the ability to use the facility.
Yeah,
'cause
the guy
that
turned
looks
it
so
into,
badass, man. Like I wanted to go play that so bad.
So did I. I even risked losing my job. I looked at the boss and I was like, "Can I please go to this? Because we're doing inventory, and I mean, we're talking about a 150,000 square foot store that we're doing inventory on it."
Yeah, I'm sure he loved you on that.
Right? And I was like, "Can I go? Can I go? Can I have this day off, please?" He's like, "Sure. Never come back."
Yeah,
I'm like, maybe.
because I think it had the possibility of being a badass venue for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. I was the only one present here that attended.
Oh, you did the game? Okay.
Yeah, it was actually my first MagFed event that I attended, and that's where our team kind of formed and started out of people wanting to attend there. So we picked up our first MagFed gear, and it was pretty cool.
Nice.
They did play it kind of structured around a league where it was one team against one team at a time
Okay.
to try to cut down on the mess and stuff, because the year previously it was it got a bit out of control, I guess. But the venue was amazing. I would pay incredible amounts of money to play there again.
yeah. So for anyone listening who doesn't know what the Diefenbunker is, because it sounds like the strangest thing. It's named after a gentleman. I don't remember his first name, but his last name was Diefen. He designed them. They are the bunkers used by the Canadian government and military officials in case of nuclear war. These things are like, I don't know how many stories down, because I visited one that was like a tourist thing that you could only go so far before there was signs that said radioactive and no entry. So I don't know what's down there. I don't care. Well, actually I do. I wanted in, but they wouldn't let me. But,
That's where the fun is.
right?
Yeah.
These things are built underground. They are legitimate concrete bunkers, stainless steel, everything, and they are huge,
Oh, they're massive.
but cramped at the same time.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to play there. Unfortunately, now the guy's running a cloud computing business out of it. So, if you need your stuff really secure,
Yeah, I guess so. Eh?
right? So they're such a cool place. Such a cool place.
I actually got to play twice where they did a VIP day the day before.
Rub it in.
And yeah.
That's cool, man. That's there's there I wanted to go, and I really wanted to go to the England events there that have what are they called? Call to Duty or something like that. Like they're badass games too. Yeah. So,
Someday.
someday. Probably by the time I'm like 50, and then I'll be too old to bother or even want to do it anymore. So
I think that's at the top of my list as like the thing to do in my paintball career, if you will, is I want to go play in the UK.
Oh yeah, they're like we have well, he's not really a distributor. I guess he's kind of our UK wing now as MagFed PB UK. And Lawrence like sends me pictures of the events that they have out there, and it's just like it's epic, man. Like the events are just nuts compared to what we have here.
Like the fact that they play in villages is mind-numbing.
Exactly. Yeah, it looks epic. So maybe one day.
Yeah, my goal in my paintball career that is only, just restarting here, still going, or I got a million years left, is to take every aspect of every cool range that I've ever been on or every field that I've ever dreamt of and have it a reality here with our water features and our villages. Like, nice. I think our Star Wars one a couple weeks ago showcased the skills that we have that we can make anything kind of happen here. And that way, the Maritimes can also then become the mecca of paintball. That's my goal, long term, is to have the mecca. Yeah. So that way people come to us and they enjoy our maritime hospitality, and then we shoot them in the face.
I feel like my gas budget has just slightly increased for paintball. Thanks, Chester.
I have no budget. I will spend whatever it takes.
I will spend whatever Valkyrie doesn't make me spend on her.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm. Anyways, could go in circles there forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for Steve, because he was mentioning that they have their paintball products, and they also have the less lethal products as well that they do for law enforcement and training and whatnot. And then you also had a package or a program, because we were talking about what Hooligan and I were talking about last time on the show, was in helping kids. You guys have a program as well to help fields facilitate young athletes, kind of thing, or
Yeah,
am I explaining that right? Or
well, I mean, we have a few different ones that we're relaunching, I guess, this year. We had it when this is going back probably about 3-4 years ago, and we did all that. We were very proactive in a lot of the younger players and a lot of the people that had fields like yourself that wanted a demo fleet, let's call it a demo fleet of our markers. We were pretty proactive about it a few years ago, and then it kind of just washed away. We got too busy with other things and no one really to manage it. But now we're going to bring all that stuff back for 2016, again, because it works in the same aspect of what we want to do. Is we're trying to grow. I'm going to sound like a kind of a dick when I say this, but I believe that. I mean, you call me out on it if you think I sound like a dick about it, but I mean, it's basically, I find that paintball manufacturers tend to forget that if there's no kids that come in and play paintball, then there won't be any paintball. I think we get to a point where we just, are used to just making money at it, and that's it. And we don't want, forget about giving back. Forget about how it was when I was, 15 or 16 and wanted to play paintball and couldn't afford anything. So, I mean, that's what really what we want to do this year, is try to push back into the sport. And with a lot of the programs with, even on the military and the police side, we're offering huge discounts to those guys if they want to play. We're going to do it for kids, for young kids. We're going to do a demo program. We're going to do, we have a bunch of different programs this year, basically to give back is what we're looking at doing. And we want to be able. Hey, go ahead.
Sorry not to interrupt you, but
No.
I'm so enthused with what you're saying right now. Is MaxTac is not dead. They're back with a vengeance, and they're looking to give back as well.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So if you didn't see Adam's video, please go ahead and watch it. It's funny. I knew the video was coming out, and I watched it, and I'm like, damn, are we actually closing? And then, within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, I think I'm closing. But he did a really good job at it. But yeah, for 2016, that's our big thing. We're coming out with a couple different things, but we don't want to focus on that only. I don't want to be like just the guy that comes out with new guns every year. We want to focus on the game and on paintball. And that's why I think a lot of people think we're closing down, because we're not like regurgitating new stuff every 2 weeks. We're not closing down. We're nowhere near from closing down. And it made me laugh, that those comments. I mean, I got tons of Facebook messages saying, "You guys are closing? Can I get your gear?" Are you kidding? Seriously? But I mean, whatever. Like, it's funny. I mean, it's kind of funny when you get to a point where, we know where the rumors started, and it's interesting to know that you're scaring people enough that there's rumors that have to start, because of yourself.
That's funny.
So it's kind of just comical, and that's where the video came out from. Adam said, let's just spin it and do some stupid video about it. I'm like, hey man, knock yourself out, go for it. And that's where the video came from. So yeah, we're not gone. You're actually gonna see, I don't know if you want to say this right now, so we can say this later for the new stuff.
Yeah, we'll bring that up in the end. We'll bring that up in a couple of minutes.
And then, but yeah, nowhere near gone. What we want to give back this year, and that's our main thing, is when you do see us at an event, it won't necessarily be as a booth trying to sell product. We are going to go to a lot of events as a team and just going to play. And back to, seeing a kid on the field that looks at your gun and he's drooling in his mask, and they'll be like, hey man, go for it. Go play with the fucking thing. Knock yourself out. And that's what I want. I want to be back to that. So.
Yeah, back to the basics, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Because what I've noticed is right now with the way the economic market is generally in Canada, everything's taking a hit. And when we can take this youth and treat them like the athletes that they are and give them these chances and opportunities, well, that's going to keep them going and keep the sport alive through this, I'm not going to say crisis, but this downswing. And then as soon as the market comes up, well, then they're going to have more money to spend. They're going to start bringing more friends. And then the market will then go onto an upswing, but the sport will then have survived because people have the wisdom and the foresight to see, okay, we cannot nickel and dime this generation anymore because we're just going to dig ourselves a hole. We'll be rich for 3 years and then we're screwed.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
No, that's just phenomenal that you guys have that foresight as a company. And the fact that you want to go back to basics, because that's where kids see, or young athletes see the gear is in action. That gives them the chance to say, oh, look, that works great. And that kind of matches the way I play. Or they can see something else and go, you know what? It looked good on the video, but it's too heavy for me, or it's not the right size. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I know it. And they're not buying something brand new, not liking it after a day because some personality said, hey, you have to have this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get it. They're like, oh, disheartened. And then they sell it on buy, sell, trade to Guardian for next to nothing. Sorry, Guardian. Well, he pays a fair price. Okay. But other people that take advantage of that, that's not good for them.
But that's the exact thing. You're never going to see us complain about that. You know, I'm never going to be the guy that's going to say my gun's the all end out. It's the marker you want. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your philosophy is similar to mine, I think, from talking to you earlier, is that everybody has to try the gear because everybody's different. Everybody's got a different way they play, and the gear is designed to have fun. And if you're playing with a marker and it's not fun for you, that is probably the wrong marker.
100%. I know 100% on that. And I mean, I know, like, Hooligan, you were at PRZ last year when you met me there, and
yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna giggle about that for a while.
Why? Well, anyways, yeah, you were over there. You were, and if you looked, like I was playing. I went out on the field, but I went out with the field a couple times, and I went out with a Tiberius because I'd never played with the T8. The T8, was it the T8 that's got that big long mag that they only made, like it was cost a fortune?
Yeah, and it looks like you can kill somebody with it.
Yeah, like it's a huge mag. I never, like I've touched one, but I never like played with one. And one of the guys was coming out and he was shooting the shit with me. I'm like, dude, I have to go and shoot your gun for a bit. And I liked it. I mean, it's huge. It weighs a ton, but I'm a firm believer in that. You may not like my gun, and I want you to like my gun. I don't care that, yeah, of course I'm going to always say that I like my gun the most. It's my gun. We designed it. We worked on it. I've been working on it for 5 years. I love it. But it may not be the gun for you. And I want you to be happy with the gun you're playing with. Whether it's mine or Milsigs or Rap 4s or Tiberius or, well, I guess they're First Strike now. It's not Tiberius.
Yeah, it's First Strike now.
Whoever the hell you're playing with, I don't care. As long as you're happy and you're going on the field and you're not complaining about the fucking gun that you're using, whether it's a Tipex or whatever. A speedball gun. I don't care.
Exactly.
I bought my first speedball gun ever this year. I bought an Axe. And the first time, I went on the field with it, and I mean, the guys that know me, I went on my local field here at Commando Paintball, and they looked at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, hey man, I'm trying something new. Like, what's the big deal? Like,
but
who cares?
The important question is, did you walk onto the field and go, and my axe, when you did it though?
No,
if you didn't, then you gotta go sell it.
The owner of the field gave me a case of paint. He's like, let's go, we're gonna go spray paint. And at the end of the day, and this is bad, but it tells you how long I've been playing MagFed for, is at the end of the day, he's like, see, I told you use that case of paint. I gave him the case back with 3 bags full that weren't even opened. I'm like, sorry dude, like I just can't get it out of my head. Like it just, I can't play
the trigger finger doesn't move like that anymore.
Well, exactly. I'm like, it was cool when it did it, but there's no way. I can't spray 2,000 balls. Like, I just can't do it. But
yeah. I get the urge to rip through a case every once in a while.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, I mean, it's fun to see a rope of paint going at it. Of course it is. Like, it's all fun. Whether I'm shooting my Tipex, which I love, or, the Axe or whatever, we're just playing, man. We're a bunch of grown kids that want to go play. That's it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of markers, that was another question somebody asked. Brandon Greenwood, which I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Because he sent you a question.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I met him. Anyways. He wants to know if you guys are still working on that bullpup style marker.
The bullpup. Okay. So
Did I
okay,
strike a nerve? Or?
no, it's just a longer story than I think everybody wants. The Cole's Notes version is the bullpup came out when the whole Honor Corps screw up, kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it. We, as a manufacturer, did not want to have to hire the staff to do the sales and the repair and all that stuff, so we decided to go with Honor Corps as our front company. We were still making the markers, but we wanted them to handle the sales side, the repair side, and all that stuff. So one of their projects was that they wanted us to make a bullpup for them. And when we left Honor Corps, we squashed the project, basically.
Makes
Everybody,
sense.
well, I mean, everybody wants to see a bullpup, but I don't believe that there's a big market for it. And when you try to tell people that, listen, that marker is going to cost $40,000 to make.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to sell at least enough to make our money back on the molds and on everything that is to it. I don't think it's worth it. I think everybody just wants to see a bullpup.
Yeah, it's cool to point at that one guy at the field
That's
who has
right.
a bullpup and go, that's
Yeah.
freaking cool, and then you pick up your AR styled or AK
100%.
style marker.
And I think that's what it is, and it's a whole different muscle memory. Like, I'm a shooter too, so for me to go to a bullpup, I've shot bullpups, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me.
Reloading into your armpit doesn't feel
Yeah,
right.
100%.
Yeah, it feels unnatural, doesn't it? It feels
Yeah,
like
because
you've got
I've been shooting
a
ARs
third
for
arm.
forever, right? So,
Yeah.
But so that was one of Honor Corps' projects. So it wasn't a project by us; it was from them. And when we separated, when we parted our ways, we tabled the project, and we're as MaxTac, we're not going to bring it back. So
There we go. So it's done. It's not coming back.
dead.
All right. So now
Hey,
we
if
just
somebody
need
wants to pay me $50,000, I'll make it for them. No problem.
not an
Okay,
issue.
I'll give you 42.50, not a penny more.
I'll give you. What do I got? I have a watch. I will give you an Armani watch.
That's pretty close.
No. Okay, so that one's because I was curious about that too. I didn't want to, be that guy. Let's see, what else was there? I'm gonna ruin this guy's name. Richard Ruiz. Ruiz?
Richard Ruined Ruiz.
Aha.
That's his new call sign.
Does MaxTac have any plan on doing a second run of the TGR1 limited edition or the Scar style marker?
Ooh.
Yes and no. How's that? Just to screw with people.
Just to
No, I mean,
Yes to one, no to the other.
that's right. I mean, no, we're not going to make a full production limited TGR1 again. The whole point of having the limited marker is that it's a limited marker. Are we going to come out with a stock that you can add to your current R lineup that is Scar oriented? Probably. So, it won't be the Scar stock, but it's going to be in that family. It's going to be remote, but it's going to be a billet block and a stock that you guys are going to be able to put onto your current R series marker. I hope that answers it.
Yeah, it answers it
Very
for me.
much. Yeah, I'm satisfied.
I don't know about Richard, but doesn't matter. No, it
you
matters.
asked the question, Richard, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, sorry.
And I'm Bruno Marines de Silva. I know I butchered that name. It says, any plans for an official representative in Brazil?
Oh.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one came out of left field. I like that question.
Yeah. We have a dealer, a distributor in Brazil. We are looking at a current dealer out there. The problem with Brazil is a lot of the markers, and being that our markers look so real, is we have to ship them as a disassembled unit. So they can't come in looking like a real AR, basically. So to find a shop that we trust to reassemble everything and to make sure that it works perfectly, is a little time consuming, but we do have someone in the pipes right now. Hopefully everything works out with them, and you should know that within the next couple weeks. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll be able to say yes.
That's really neat.
So
Sweet.
it's surprising, man, where you get requests to send markers. I'm like, I don't even know how my marker got there. Like,
Well,
how-
I was actually really blown away when I'd seen that Colombia has a huge
Yeah.
Megafed,
they do.
community.
Massive.
I figured that they had some players, like they had a decent amount of players, but then I looked into it, and it's massive there. It's huge. And
Yeah, we exchange training videos with them all the time, and just the stuff they do. And they even do it too, where it's milsim. So whatever you're shooting for the training is what you're shooting. So you can do airsoft or paintball, and they do all the training alongside each other. It's just phenomenal. It's such a good community down there.
that
Massive.
was really, really neat. And then there was the one that I'd seen that was really, really neat. It caused a lot of controversy because Facebook's full of
Mm-hmm.
people, but it was a field in Tehran, in Iran,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and big Megfed community. And then obviously, a lot of people were just like, "Oh, they're terrorists in training." I'm like, yeah, that's great.
We
On
we
more
actually
important
had
But it's really neat. You're finding all sorts of stuff like that.
yeah, and we actually had a shop out there ask us to distribute or to retail for them or for them to be a retailer, and once we sent all the information to their government, it was another. They're not going to make it past the borders, so
Yeah.
you
Oh well. Politics gets in the way of fun,
yeah.
Every time.
right? All the time. The fact that you have to send markers as a disassembled unit because it can't look like there's an arms deal coming through like one of the ports is,
Mhm.
a bit of a pain. And then I got not the last question. I've got a couple, but I'm skipping a few of them just because they're asking about. Well, actually, I'll ask it. You can answer it however you want. He wants to know if there's any plans to make the website easier to find and order from.
I thought my website was fairly easy, but yeah, I mean, the shop site is being completely revamped, so that will be easier to understand. But the website, I don't know. The website name is fairly simple: maxtac.ca or maxtac.com.
I'm not following you, man.
So I mean, but yes, on the shop side, it will be completely redone in the next probably month, because we're gonna do a lot of the parts and a lot of that stuff is gonna be direct on the site. So if you want to find something, you'll be able to get it right off our site. If you don't have a local dealer, obviously we always try to push to your local dealer or to your local field.
Right. Don't cut out the middleman.
No, I mean, I'm big on that. I'm 100% believer in that. At the end of the day, it's easier for that kid to go back to the shop and ask them why the gun's not working or why the marker's not working, than to try to find someone on Facebook that's,
Absolutely.
but
Oh yeah, for sure. Having somebody
That's-
sit down and actually show you the marker. I know I had to have somebody show me how to fix a marker last year, and I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm like, "Can you show me how to fix this?" And he's like 7 feet tall, so it's even more hilarious.
I was going to say, I go to Ian all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like twice this month. So.
There you
Yeah.
go. There's no shame
Yeah.
in asking. So
No.
go to your local shop.
go to your local shop, support your local shop by all means.
Yep.
Unless they don't know anything about MagFed.
Yeah, if you take it there and they go, "I've never seen a Megfed marker before," then go, "Okay, go see Ian."
or come to me. But if they go, yeah, this is a funny looking E-Tech. Where's your hopper go?
In the bottom.
Yeah.
Cool. That's that. You've actually answered all the questions. You answered some of the questions without him being
Being
asked
asked.
them. So
Well,
Cool.
don't you still have other questions?
I do. But before we get there, I want to do Player of the Week because this one is really cool. It's really awesome.
Not to downgrade any of our previous players of the weeks. We're just saying that this one is pretty awesome this week.
Right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with anybody that I brought. The guy running a pump with the max loader was
Pretty cool.
It was pretty awesome. But I got a message from a woman named Amanda who was telling me about, she's just like, "Are you still looking for people for Player of the Week?" I said, "Absolutely. Let's hear the story." And then I got a novel. and it's
Yeah.
about her son, who was very cool guy, did some very cool
Very
stuff.
cool.
So basically, her son Brody was saving up for an
Marker.
ETHA. An ETHA marker. If you don't know what they are, look it up. It's ETHA. It's a speedball marker. Really nice markers. Saving up for an ETHA. He's, babysitting all summer, doing the classic, nose to the grindstone, saving his pennies kind of thing. Anyways, they go to a game, and he's been saving up this money. He goes out to a large game, and finds out that one of the players at the field had her rent money stolen from her. Right out of her tent. Like, I don't know why she had it with her. Didn't ask. Anyways, the money was taken, and this player was a single mother with kids to feed. So, I guess without hesitation, Brody went to his mother and said, I need the money for the ETHA right now because we need to give it to her. She's got kids she needs to feed. Don't ask questions. Give me the money. Like, right then and there.
That's nuts. That's awesome.
Doesn't care anymore about his marker. He's just, we need to, money to her now. Let's go. And was really, really cool. And,
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Right? He literally said, her kids need to eat. I can buy a marker anytime in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? And this kid's 14.
Respectable, eh?
Yeah, very respectful for a kid that age, for sure. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
That's mind-blowing. It's so awesome. I was reading that.
That's some good parenting too.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
Exactly. So, and, to end the story in a good turnaround, karma's a great thing, right? So, he helps out this person that he doesn't know. He just heard her story and decides he needs to go help her. He ends up going to a big game called Fall Castle. It's a huge, huge castle game at a place called EMR. And they gave him an ETHA.
No way.
Yeah, because they had heard what he had done, and they were like, well, shit, this guy deserves a marker now. And so they gave him an ETHA. So he did a good deed.
Awesome.
He was very selfless, and it can't don't go out and do selfless acts hoping that something will come back in return. But
that's not
selfless,
selfless.
kids.
Yeah,
exactly.
but it goes to show that, it's when you do good things happen to you.
That's great. That's awesome.
That's our player of the week. Brody is a
Brody!
You're the
fantastic
man.
kid. Crazy ass story. Loved it so much. When I got that message, I was just blown away.
He cried a little of pride.
A little bit. There was tears. There was small tears, but then they got absorbed into the beard and it got bigger. So, see, that's actually how the beards grow. You cry into them and you water them. They grow. We're sensitive guys behind these beards.
That's right.
So yeah, that's player of the week. Super cool guy. Super cool guy. I
Awesome.
could go on forever and ever and ever about this. So going from player of the week, let's roll on into the tip of the week.
Tip of the week!
Right?
Here it is, the tip, the tip of the week for you. You asked for it, now you're gonna get it.
You guys are going to cause me to drink.
That was
He
creepy.
already has caused me to drink.
I wasn't supposed to be drinking?
Drink all you want, buddy.
Come on, that was a pretty good intro.
That was pretty solid. Very improvised. I liked it. It was
was
smooth,
good.
fantastic. So this one's a quick and easy one. Something that a lot of people
That's what she said.
that I feel some people get really, really excited when a paintball game's coming up. Even if it's just a walk-on, people get super stoked, super, super excited. But take the time to clean and test your gear. Don't even need to put air in the marker, but at least make sure that it cocks, make sure that it actually, if it'll dry fire properly, nothing's jamming it. Or if it's an electronic marker, make sure that the eyes are functioning properly. And make sure your batteries are good. A lot of people don't do that.
I have I have one of my team guys. It's just he's the guy that, you take everything out of the truck and every time pulls his stuff out and dry fires and nothing happens. Every friggin' weekend. And the guy you think you know by now, but
Good. So this is
It's
directly at him.
That's
Just
right.
him alone.
Sly, this is 100% for you.
Listen up,
It's your
Sly.
gear,
We got
man.
your number. Yeah, we got your number, Sly.
Test your gear.
Mm-hmm.
Test all of it.
my favorite part, especially this time of year, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I packed my car the night before." Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Does,
The frozen
does your
gear.
marker? Yeah. Does it use batteries? Yeah. Was
You
the
need new
battery?
batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Does your batteries freeze?
Yep.
Yeah, everything's frozen now. It doesn't work. And make sure it all works. And I'm not talking about the guys that, go out and it ends up being like minus 25 out and the marker doesn't want to work because it's minus 25 out, like me. But, test the gear, make sure it works. Make sure everything is working as best you can. If you could come home with air in a tank and that way you can test your markers at home to make sure everything's working, that's a fantastic way, to not take up time at the field.
Yep, it's a good tip.
Yeah, everyone agree?
I agree.
Agreed.
Tip of the week, right there. Tip of the week.
But that being
Nailed it
said,
right on
you should
the head.
always be going home with a full tank. Never
Yes.
go home with an empty tank.
100%
Because that's how you get
again.
corrosion in your tanks. Just so you know.
Oh, you're getting into next week now. You're getting into next week.
Hey, I'm not going to be here next week, so I'm allowed.
Unless you're flying home.
No,
then
there's still
don't-
4 men.
Unless you're flying home.
That's right,
Oh,
unless
God,
you're
don't
flying
let
home,
them
that'd
get
be
in
good.
your tanks.
Can you imagine?
Now you've ruined the next 3 weeks. We've got all our tips out. You guys got excited and you let it all go at once.
Sorry, man. We had to whip out our tips.
We had to go full force in round one.
So if anyone has new tips they want to pass on, that'd be cool. Let us know.
You know who's got new tips? First Strike. Have you seen the new colored First Strikes?
No.
Really? They're
I like
kinda
the Hulk one. Hulk ones are cool. Purple and green. Purple and green.
Purple and
There'll
green.
be
blue and orange.
colored first strikes at Honey Badger this year.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was
Yep.
cool.
So, I don't think they're any different other than they're colored.
Yeah.
But still, that's kind of neat.
No, purple flies faster than the blue, and the orange doesn't hurt as much.
Yes, but did you know yellow cars go faster than red ones?
Well, if you put carbon fiber stickers on your marker, you get 0.2 FPS.
The fact that you said that so
Alrighty then.
serious is the best. Okay, let's go with. You want to do the questions? You want to do the hijinks questions?
Questions, hobnob and hijinks with Hooligan.
Every
He's the man with the beard that he cries into to make it longer. 'Cause he's stronger. He-Man.
Every time. You'd think I'd get used to him singing.
But you don't.
But no,
No one gets
you never
used
do.
to
This
it.
is one of those things you just never get used to. So, Steven, you've listened to the show a few times, right?
Yep.
You're lying. So,
No, I'm not.
And yet he still came on.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, a little crazy like that. So, you know what the questions are?
No.
Okay. Are
This
you
is-
aware of the concept of them? Do I need to explain the rules?
Explain the rules quickly, because the 2 last shows I listened to, I may have finished the show before the questions got there.
Oh, I see how it is.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Okay,
And the beard just got longer.
a little bit.
A little bit more
few
tearing.
tears. A few tears. Okay, so basically we're gonna go 60 seconds. Is the goal, but we're not gonna stop the clock. We're just gonna ask you questions until we're done. We're at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
And we're
A rapid fire style thing.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Yeah.
score it at the end about how many seconds over you've gone. And I still don't know why we're scoring it, but for bragging rights, I guess.
Okay.
That and whoever comes up with the best answers to the questions. Because I think right now, Callista has the best answer on the tropical island.
Okay.
Bricktop has the best answer on why leaves are green, and
We should change the name to Are You Smarter Than a Bricktop?
Oh, that's mean.
I know.
I'm
But
gonna get a message about that.
He's gonna laugh when he hears it.
He's gonna
Does it
laugh
count though?
while he's
I have been drinking. Like it's gonna be hard here.
Drinking adds a
Adds to the
0.3
fun factor.
0.3 to your skill.
plus 10 to
answering
charisma.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
So we're gonna count it down, or Jester's gonna keep time. He's gonna count it down for us, and then we're gonna just rapid fire right through those questions to see how many you can answer.
Oh. You want it 3, 2, 1, go, 1, 2, 3, go, or just go?
I'm easy.
So am I. But
Yeah.
how do you want it to?
Just
I-
go.
So when I say that word, you're just gonna launch.
Yeah, sure. Tell me the questions after that. Go for it.
Go!
Blue, red, or yellow?
Blue.
If you could combine any 3 foods, what would they be?
Cheeseburgers, steak, and bacon.
Delicious. What's your favorite cheesy 80s movie?
Nothing's coming to mind right now. I don't really watch that many movies.
All right. What's your favorite tactical accessory?
For light.
Favorite brand of pizza?
Gabriel's.
Which way do you put the toilet paper on, over or under?
Over.
Stranded on a tropical island, what's one item that you take?
Playboy.
Which movie would you rather be in, Final Destination or Saw?
Final Destination.
If you could have any armored vehicle on the field, what would it be?
Tank.
Favorite hot sauce?
Frank's Red Hot.
Why is the sky blue?
Unicorn Tears.
Drum mags, do they add or take away from the game?
No comment.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Pine tree.
Favorite type of paint?
Graffiti.
If you could combine 3 animals in the world, what would they be?
A dog, a cat, and a snake.
Steak.
Tea or coffee?
What's that?
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Healing.
Would you rather be a leaf or a root?
Leaf.
Apples, oranges, or melons?
Melons.
In one word, why are leaves green?
Die.
Okay.
It's like I got nothing, man. I'm like, I don't know.
Cool. What's the time? What's time?
Our time was 1:48, and he hit the 1 minute mark at drum mags.
That's a trick question, man. You can't do that, the drum mag thing.
That's why it's there.
That's
Tough. It's your first response. It's all about honesty on this show.
That's right. That's why there was no comment. I couldn't, I'm not winning this one way or the other. So there's no comment.
Either way, you're getting hate mail.
That's right. So.
Whatever. Hate mail's awesome. You know what the best part about hate mail is? They're usually honest.
Yeah.
Whether they're right or wrong is besides the point, but they're honest.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not blowing smoke in any direction other than their own.
Yeah, basically. Okay, now we got all the formalities out of the way. That's formality now. Do we want to talk about the news coming from MaxTac?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of that. I'm unfortunately not going to give you guys too much, but there will be a little bit in there, and you're going to get more info in the next week or two. It's basically on the comment of, well, it comes back to the whole MaxTac dying thing, just because we haven't released anything new again this year. So we are in process right now of producing 2 new platforms. And I say new platforms because they have nothing to do with the R-Series platform.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So our R-Series platform being that the idea was that you had one engine, one lower, and a whole different, body and everything on it all. This platform is completely away from the R-Series. It's their own thing. So it's going to be a main and a sidearm for people that are freaking out. But that's about it. That's all I'm saying. And you're going to be able to see the machining video of the main probably tomorrow or today, right now. You'll be able to go see it whenever this airs.
If you're listening to this podcast, you can go see it right now.
That's right. I'll send the link to to you guys, and you guys can share the link.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so that's it. It's we are coming out with 2 different markers, and they're completely different than what we've done up to date. And they should be ready mid-summer. So we want to try to get a release date. So our first field to see the marker in play should be New York. There's a big New York game coming up. It's a New York MagFed game. Adam's going to. I'm hoping to get one of the 2 markers to him so that he can play with it at that field. So that's end of March, I believe, first week of April.
Okay.
So you should be able to see it in play first week of April, and within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see the pictures and the whole assembly of both of them.
Very cool.
So
Very cool. Very exciting. New platforms. That could be anything.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now.
It is
Is
not
that
going to be
because-
a bullpup.
Yes!
Bullpup.
I get tired of bullpups. Even in the airsoft world, I get tired of bullpups.
They
Yeah,
look cool because
yeah, they do. They do.
we
They
don't
look
have them
great.
here.
I mean,
They're different. They're different what they are.
This
They're,
is,
they're fun to shoot, but
yep. This is going to be. It's going to be. I want to say so much about it, but it's just so.
So hush hush right now.
Yeah,
Guarded.
like it's tough, right? Because whatever I do say, whatever I do point it at, could end up really bad. It's the most fun marker I've shot since I've played paintball. Let's put it at that.
that's cool.
Big shoes to fill.
You've been playing.
That is some big
Yeah,
shoes
you've
to
been playing
fill, but I have
sport
to like. I'm pulling myself out. I'm not talking about like I'm as a max stat guy. I'm talking as a player. It's the marker that has been the most fun to shoot since I've played paintball.
Neat.
Nice.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And you guys have heard him. He said that when he goes to the field, he sees something he likes. He's like, "Hey, I want to try that. And I want to try that." So when he says it's the most fun marker he's played with, he's actually coming from a heartfelt place.
Yeah, like I've put pretty much. I own we buy and test pretty much everything out there. So I mean we own the RAP4 markers, the 468. I own a PTR. I own. I love the PTR. I love the 468. They're great platforms for what they are. I own a Milsig. I own the older gen. I guess one back from the M17. But
Okay.
it's got a heat core in it, and then we own an M17 as well. They all, every marker has their own thing that's, specifically works well for that platform. Again, it comes back to what I said. It's what you like to play with. The two markers I play with the most now for mains are going to be my SAR and my marker, a CQB, which is like the lowest grade TGR you can buy, and that's the one I play with. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
changed
this-
mine up based on the mission, so I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to when yours comes out because it actually comes out the week of my birthday, from what I'm hearing here, the first week of April. So
there you go. It's
I
going
got-
to be completely. There'll be a lot of hate mail for it. I'm not gonna. I know that there's gonna be a lot of hate mail for it.
Whatever. Hate mail's awesome.
Yeah, we're waiting for it. Anytime in the sport where you try to deviate from what everybody else is doing, seems like you end up on the short end of the stick. You kind of get bashed for it, and this is one of those markers. It's definitely not what anybody else is doing, and we're gonna get some hate mail for it. But I think the positive reaction is going to be overwhelming versus the hate mail. So
P90.
nice.
P90, yeah, no, I'll leave that to modern combat sports. Whatever, didn't they come out with one?
Yes and no. Well, no. Short answer, no.
Okay, there was one in the works though for a while.
Yes,
wasn't there?
100%. Yes.
Because I remember seeing the pictures. I was like, man, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, but Nova Games is working on something right now, isn't he?
Nova Tactical.
Sorry, Nova Tactical.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Like
been-
a lot of the
So-
markers out there, like I buy markers that you'll never see me play on the field. Like I want to order one of those CCM markers.
Yeah, I'm curious about those too.
There's a
like
wicked
just
wait
'cause-
time on those.
Yeah,
It's
like I
'cause
think
they
the-
mill it when you
Yeah.
order it.
100%. Like like the workmanship on that marker is amazing. And again, being a player, I want one. I want one to hang on my wall and look at, and maybe go out and play with it. I don't know, but my SAR, I bought a SAR before we were distributing SAR. Like we distribute now for Karmatech in Canada, and I still own the first gen SARs, which I like. I love that marker. There's nothing, it's fun to sit back and shoot first strikes and look at the guy in the scope and go, what the hell? Where'd that come from?
Yes.
I like that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, a shotgun. I own a RAP4 shotgun.
Ugh.
RAP4, the Ram shotguns, I guess.
I think it's terrible.
It's horrible, but I love it. I think it's a awesome looking marker.
The
You know, like
concept was there, but it
Yeah.
just couldn't follow through.
It's
100%.
it's
You know,
just a
like
coffee table piece, right?
Oh,
It's-
it would
exactly.
be. If I want one to hang, I definitely do.
That's what mine does. It sits here beside my desk, and the same with my sidearm I use now. I use a Glock from the Ram Glocks. I fix that thing more than I
Nice.
shoot it, but I love it.
Yep.
I just
It's a project of love.
it is, and that's what it is. It comes back to that. You have to love what you play with, even if sometimes you want to throw it out the friggin' door. But
yeah.
Well,
but if
I
it-
know Hooligan loves his because every time he's come to play anywhere I've been playing, he spends more time off the field loving his markers than actually loving them on the field. So he babies those things.
I've
Yeah.
heard stories.
He's a true lover of his markers. That's for sure.
In the defense of the marker, I think the only time we've ever actually played side by side, and it's gone seriously down, is usually the winter.
yeah,
And
which
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of tossing the marker into the snowbank, filling the barrel full of snow, and jamming the chamber full of dirt.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I am bad on. If somebody could design a marker that is as good at handling dirt as the AK, I'd be fine. I need something that I can just like tip upside down and all the dirt falls out of it. Because
Yeah.
that's what I need. 'Cause
I believe
am
you used
so
to have
hard
one
on
of those, and I believe you sold it recently,
No, I didn't sell it. I traded it.
or traded it.
Yeah,
But
I
yes,
traded the
you
468.
did have one.
Yeah,
Except-
the 468 still got its problems. Like they're still having problems with the Helix mags. Like I have a 468. I run it. It's fun. The Helix mags have been a problem, and KT himself even acknowledged that they have problems with those mags. So it's a fun marker for sure,
Yeah, it's
but
fun.
it's
It's
not
just-
one.
anything
it's
first
not
year
one you can
production
pull
is
out
going
of
to be a
mud.
pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
I mean, coming from a manufacturer standpoint, I mean, the first year production is the time that we sit there on the edge of our seat and go, oh, I hope it works out. And I mean, you can do as much R&D as you want. Like we test our stuff, like the marker that we're releasing now, we've been physically beating it for the past 6 months. And when I release it, I know there's going to be comes back. Like I don't know, like there's always going to be that one or two guys that just, I don't know what they do to it, but
They
they
find
do
that
anything
one
we
way to
can't
break
do
it.
to it. That's right. And that's going to happen. Like, I mean, how many people, I'm still licking my wounds from the TGR Mod 1 series.
Mm.
It was just horrible. Everybody hated the gun. And, the first year productions are always going to be tight. And I think that's all it is with the Helix mags. The concept is sound. It's just first year. He's going to have some
No,
issues.
the only reason I traded it, and it was the sole reason, was I hate slapping mags.
You know what's weird?
Hmm.
In the 468, you've got to slap in the Helix.
Mhm.
But sitting in my bedroom right now, I have the Bolt, the Vortex, the Hurricane, and the Storm.
Mhm.
And you don't have to slam them in.
Well, if they'd done that for the
Interesting.
468, I'd probably
I
still
don't
have
know.
it.
I don't know what it is with the 468. You know what I think it is? I think it's a combination of that compression spring in the mag itself, as well as the lock bolt, or not lock bolt. Sorry, the anti-ball drop, the cigar cutter.
The double thing.
Yeah,
I have to
think-
say, like, their Helix is way step up from the flip mag they had.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah,
Because we did a bunch of tests on the 468 and when we had the double, and one of my team guys, I said, okay, so I said, I can't be in the video because every time I'm in a video, somebody bitches that it's because I know my marker. And so I'm like, okay, so I'll get two of my team guys and we're going to draw straws, and one's going to run a TGR, one's going to run the 468. And we had the 10 rounders, 20 rounders, I guess, 10 and
Yeah.
10. And
10 and 10.
we did a whole day, and I understand Omar and KT's idea with these, that they were disposable-ish mags. But after a day, the guy came back, and my buddy, he looks at me and goes, dude, I can't do it anymore. I said, why? I looked at him, and his hands were like shaking from slapping that mag in it constantly after a day of testing it. I
Wow.
was like, my arms are dead. I can't do it anymore. So
Yeah.
I don't know if, the last I tried the Helix mags, they weren't as bad as the D mags were.
No,
but
definitely a step up, but still it takes
Yeah.
a slap.
Yeah, I
and
mean-
that was literally the only thing that I had problems with it. So, but
Yeah.
now running the M17 and the TGR2, pretty happy. Neither marker likes minus 25 Celsius.
nah,
No.
there's not much to do. And I mean, believe it or not, we cryo test our markers. Like we do legitimately throw them in a cryo test room.
Neat.
and they do okay, but they never really enjoy it all that much.
Yeah, no. And I'm more than willing to accept that a MagFed marker does not like
No.
the temperature that most people do not go outside in.
Exactly. So I think that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah. I think
So-
the only marker that was functioning 100% properly were the Titmans
Yep.
and the Azotin pumps that
Okay.
were there. So, good times. Good
Yeah.
times getting destroyed by a single guy with a pump because everyone on my team is running MagFed.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Funny as hell.
I love Winter Ball. Just not with MagFed.
Yeah, well, same here. I enjoy
Unless you
it
can stay
with
dry.
people. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's the worst
but
part, right? That snow gets down the barrel and it gets all the moisture in there, and you fire it, and the ball like splits open at the end because it's so fragile from the cold.
Yeah, that's why most taller players keep their barrels out of the snow.
Well, it's not my fault that like I'm trudging through chest deep.
Actually, the Empire was trudging through chest deep. You got the short route down.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So,
And on that bombshell,
Yeah.
new gear from Max Tac. Yeah.
Yep.
which
It's
is going to
coming.
be awesome. It's
Exciting
you gave us
stuff.
basically no details, but the details you did give us are pretty fantastic. Something nobody's done before.
It's going to be a
Like their
billet,
Apple.
completely billet marker. If that makes any sense. That helps any.
What?
It's going to be billet. It's made out of one solid billet piece. So it's going to be a billet lower and a billet upper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So no more molds, no more. We just went out straight out and went billet on everything.
Nice.
That's fun.
I'm
cool.
drooling right now.
Yeah. So much fun. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see the pictures. When do we get to see them? You said next week? 2 weeks?
You'll see a video of the milling part, and then the final, the two that I want to release, they're out to paint right now. So they're going to be anodized in the next few days, and then after that, we'll throw some pictures on there.
Neat. That's awesome. And are they, never mind, I won't ask any more questions. If I keep asking questions, it's just going to turn into no comment, no comment, no comment. So,
No, I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question.
yeah, he becomes a government official. Jester, before we go, did you have anything you wanted to talk about? Did you have anything you needed to vent?
Vent. Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
didn't do it, dude. I swear.
So all the people at Paintball Extravaganza, hey, that's great. I'm happy you're there. I'm super happy, okay? But when I ask you to show me specific pictures of things, I don't mean your shoes or blurry pictures of how big the crowd is. I'm talking gear, okay? Bane Colton, I'm talking to you, okay? I want good pictures, okay? And Dave and Hercules, I don't want to see you standing by boxes of D-Mags all day. Show me some cool stuff, okay? Actually, Dave did go send me some pictures from the Vulcan area. But I'm talking like, show me what you're seeing. Let me see through your eyes. The one time I want to see first-person view is at the Paintball Extravaganza. And what am I getting? Selfies.
Right.
Selfies.
You don't care
Who
how many
cares
people are
about
there.
selfies
The
anymore?
wave of the future. Selfies, man.
And yeah, selfies. And people are like, oh, let's do a selfie. I'm sorry. There's two of you in the picture. It's either an Ussie or a regular picture. Okay? I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest.
Oh.
I just
So
had to get
good.
that off my chest.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. But you know what I want to see is I want to see the obscure stuff. I don't care about the brand new Lux because Lux puts out a new marker on a fairly regular basis. And yes, Luxes are fantastic and they're very beautiful markers. But who cares?
Excuse me.
What?
The ranting has ended.
No. I'm
Okay.
putting my 2 cents in.
The ranting.
But no, I want to see.
Oh my.
Yeah. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna listen to it too. I want to see the
And on
obscure
that
stuff.
bombshell.
I want to see like the crazy backyard inventor small company that is.
Whoa! Did you see the double-barreled? Shoot, what was it? The double-barreled, the two hoppers.
Yes, those are from Inception
Autococker.
Designs.
Mm-hmm.
Inception Designs. It was like they were in my dreams. Inceptioned it from me.
Right. That's
Like-
what I want to see. I want to see
Yeah.
like, double-barreled speedball markers. I want to see. Actually, what I really want to see is a Gatling gun. But you know, that's
Actually, what I want to see is a max loader with 2 lines coming off of it, hooked up to dual wielding tip X's.
Dual wielding tip
Would that be-
X's?
To a max loader.
If you buy
Would
the
that
Max
be-
loader, I have the 2 TPXs. Let's do this.
Let's make it
down.
happen.
Sweet
Let's rock
Jesus.
this. Yes. And let's see how many CO2 cartridges it takes to go through a whole
Oh,
max
crap.
loader.
Yeah.
No. They will be on their own remote lines. You've already got other lines hooked up to it, so why go CO2, right?
Right?
Yeah.
And then you can just hook up an IV. That way you stay hydrated while you're lugging around this
Yeah, it
max
looked
loader
like a
and firing
friggin'
off a tip
octopus going down there, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I think the booze and the caffeine is either kicking in or wearing off. So one of the two things is happening.
I think it's also the clothes that are coming off too.
Yes.
Whoa.
I can hear the clothes coming off. So I think we're gonna end it
That's
unless somebody else has something.
no, I think you nailed it right on the head.
All right. Sweet. Cool. So we're gonna end it here. Steven.
So Steve works.
Well,
Yep.
Steve. Perfect. I'm not sure which I've been
For
calling.
a second,
him
I thought we
already,
had two people on here.
Steve's good, man.
So, anyways, thanks for coming on, chatting with us, and hanging out.
Anytime.
Oh, cool. We're gonna
We're
bring you on
going
all
to
the
do
time.
that.
No, maybe not.
For local maritime players, there's an event coming up the 12th at Atlantic Outdoor Rec.
Even if you're not a maritime local player, you should definitely come in. That is a sweet field.
It is a pretty awesome field.
What is it? Atlantica Outdoor Recreational Center?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Warsaw, gonna be there.
Siege of Warsaw.
Bring in my
It's
loaners.
going to be so awesome. Quick rundown on the field. Sorry, Steve, we're interrupting your.
No,
your
go
outro
for it,
here,
man.
But
All good.
basically, it used to be a junkyard. Big
Oh, cool.
keyword there's used to because they cleaned it up. You're not going to get tetanus. You're not going to step on
random
anything you
nails.
shouldn't. But this is the only paintball field that I've ever been to that has 2 compactors off of a dump truck. as
And train
bunkers.
cars.
And train cars.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
train cars.
That's cool, man.
Right? So cool. And they're sturdy too, because one of our buddies went face first into one and still, didn't go through it.
Yes. I performed first aid. He was okay.
We laughed, but he actually almost seriously hurt himself.
No doubt. Jesus.
But yeah, like train cars donated to them by the
That's cool.
Museum.
the
Yeah.
museum.
And
So
for those that
very,
are
very
listening,
cool.
they're going to go to that. Hooligan and I will have the MagFed Maritime Milsim Podcast MagFed loaners available for those that want to try MagFed for the first time or second time for one of the games at a time.
So
Very
it's gonna be cool. I'm bringing all my MagFed stuff. It'll be fun.
It's going to be a hodgepodge of Rap 4,
So-
TCRs, everything.
Here's the best part about this field. Best part. And I'm not going to say it's better than any other field, but this is one of the best parts about this field, and it's not even on the field. So, Siege of Warsaw, it's going to be snowy, it's going to be cold, it's probably going to be wet because it's raining here right now. Anyways, this field, you come off, you go into the waiting area, like your safe zone, your common area, and they have a fully equipped kitchen and fully equipped bathroom and fully equipped laundry room. Last year in the winter game, we all threw our hats, mitts, and socks into the dryer to dry
That we
everything
did.
off in between games.
Like, I mean, this is definitely the old man in me, but that sounds awesome.
No, I'm a young man, and I thought that was awesome.
Just like, wow, you had me at fully equipped kitchen. I'm like, oh, good to go.
Spaghetti dinner.
So you know how most fields are like, we're gonna do barbecue. There's hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff, right? These guys did spaghetti and garlic toast.
Yeah, head
Right.
down for that.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
So very, very cool field. Very awesome. They have couches to sit on and hang out on while you're waiting for the next game to start. It's just such a great field. If you can make it down, it's Atlantica. So it's Atlantic with an A at the end of it. Outdoor Recreational Center. Super awesome place.
I can't friggin' wait.
It's going to be badass. Can't wait.
Cool.
It's gonna be, If you can make it, well worth the trip. Last time, 2 of the games ended in snowball fights.
They did.
Yeah, because we all ran out of paint. So, okay. So, anyways, like I was saying, Steve, thanks for coming on. It was awesome having you on. Plenty
No
of
problem.
cool information and some very cool cryptic information. So, looking forward to that. Those 2 new platforms.
Cool. Looking forward to bringing them out. So.
And they'll be remote?
I said I'm looking forward to bringing them out.
Oh, I thought you said they'll be remote. I was like, well,
No.
that's not like a big deal. Come on. So, very cool. Very cool. And, Jester, Nightmare Guardian, gentlemen, thanks for coming on, chatting, hanging out.
Anytime.
Anytime.
So, it'll be a
For
very...
you, brought it to the world.
What?
For you, brought it to the world. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
Yeah, sort of. I wasn't really... Yeah. Anyway.
How about now?
It's good. It's good. You're good. Don't worry about it. So, for everyone listening, for everyone who downloaded, streamed, doesn't matter how you're listening to it, I don't care, as long as you're listening to us and you're enjoying us. Thank you for listening. And let us know what you think. Like I said, I love hate mail. I like compliments more, but if you've got a problem with the show, or you have a suggestion for the show, or an idea, open to it. Send it through. Come on Facebook and send us a message, or the website, email, whatever. Send us emails.
Send all my hate mail to these guys, okay?
Send all the hate mail from MaxTac to us. We'll filter through, we'll pick the best ones, and we'll send them off to MaxTac, and we'll read them on the air.
Sounds good.
Actually, that sounds like a hell of an idea. We don't get enough hate mail, though.
Yeah.
No, well, whatever.
Cool.
So, everyone, thanks for joining us, and thanks for listening. So, until next week, everyone, cheers.
Thanks, guys.